Hello there, Daniel again from Livernois Motorsports. As you can see, we've got the RS. We've tuned it, we've taken it to a racetrack. Let's go for a ride and we'll talk more about it. Compared to the ST, it's a lot more planted. It feels a little bit heavier, but of course it is. It's got a really nice behaviour about it. Obviously we're getting rid of the torque steer now, not using a front wheel drive architecture. So a little bit of a difference as well with the ST with regards to the vehicle being in stock is that the turbo lag just kind of got in the way a little bit. There wasn't that sense of urgency. We don't have that problem as much with the RS, and there's a big reason for that. Obviously the displacement has grown. We've got a bigger engine. With that in mind, it's relying more on the engine and less so on the turbos. We found that out through all of our dyno testing and tuning that we've been doing over the last 2 days. The boost curve, it's kind of like a bell curve. So at the very, very low revs, it's very low, and then it kind of curls upwards towards the middle of the rev range. And then in the high in the rev range, it starts tapering off again. Stage 2 performance tune is on the RS. Now let's go do a bit more driving. Okay, so we've got the tune in, and we've seen some fantastic improvements in power and torque. Stock, the RS was 286 horsepower at the wheels, 323 foot-pounds of torque. With our Stage 2 performance tune, we've really upped it. We're now at 325 horsepower and 390 foot-pounds of torque. So again, that torque number is where it's at. In some parts of the rev range, we've actually seen improvements of 55 horsepower and 70 foot-pounds of torque. Yeah, I mean, there's that throttle response again. It's greatly improved. And of course, everything's electronic. So that's one of the great parts about performance tuning. We haven't just played with boost or one attribute. We've looked at all of them. And that's why custom tuning with Livernois is the way it is, and why we lead the way in the EcoBoost platform. It actually makes the car easier to drive. There's a tendency now with these electronic gizmos and gadgets, the pedal feel is numb, and it's hard to find that biting point. It's hard to take off if you're fairly new to driving a manual transmission. With our tuning, it is much easier to drive this car. It really, really is. In summary, the tune, much more power, much more torque, throttle response is wakened up. It's an all-wheel drive car stock. It feels very, very planted, but it feels a little bit docile. With the tune, it feels lighter, it feels more urgent. We've done a much better job with the boost control, making it a little bit more, but nice and flat across the rev range. That really makes the driving experience fantastic. We've changed the way it behaves at redline, which allows you to really shift quickly and not lose any performance for that split second. And we know with our tune on the RS that we're making an already fantastic car into something that's just even better.